Hi there Aries, thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 10th of August. As this week begins, so your ruling planet Mars is getting a toehold in probably the best possible position that he can occupy in the entire zodiac. And he's going to be with you in this location for the next 6 weeks. It's going to give you a real boost of energy and vitality, and most of all the enthusiasm to demonstrate just how talented you are. And yet the first half of this week does have some challenges, because Mercury is going to be in an opposition with Neptune, and that can be a little bit confusing if you think Mercury has now moved into the more logical and precise sector of Virgo, in an opposition to the dreamy energies of Neptune, which are tucked away in the most psychological part of your scope. There could be a potential here for you to get a little bit baffled or be unsure about something. And if you do feel like this in the early part of this week, the key is to not get too frustrated. Venus, which also continues in a lush part of your scope, is still challenged by Saturn, as it has been all of this month so far. This suggests that any kind of interaction with other people could be a little bit cooler than you would ideally like. And yet there is a massive change which occurs on Wednesday, because then Jupiter also joins up with Mercury in the sign of Virgo and will be here for the following 12 months. Now this can strengthen your desire to improve your health and also to learn a lot more about things like nutrition over the next year. You might surprise yourself by how this journey will unfold. It might not be particularly obvious straight away, but it's certainly a very expansive influence, but here it is more about looking after yourself. In terms of work, you could see you entering a new phase of your career where you're more focused on being involved in something where you're providing services to other people. But the second half of this week is absolutely stunningly brilliant for you, and for your sign, to be honest, above all others. This is because there is a wonderful new moon in the sign of Leo, and this is going to be combining with Venus in the last 3 days of this week. And also both are going to be forging a fantastic angle to Uranus. And finally, Venus shakes off the rather inhibiting influence of Saturn, which really has put a dampener on all sorts of relationships, not just this month so far, but also for much of July too. So all sorts of weaker ties may have perished during that time, but the second half of this week throws up the opportunity to make new friends, to revitalise a romantic association which perhaps has become a little bit stale and predictable. Or if you're looking for some kind of new buzz in your social situation, or to come up with creative ideas, you really can be on top form as this week draws to a close. You're at your very best when you don't think about things too much and you just follow your hunches, and acting on impulse and spontaneously can be a fantastic thing to do as this week draws to a close. Show people just what a one-off you are. And in terms of your love life, your unique sex appeal is certainly going to be burnished to a new high as this week comes to a close. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.